As the 2002 Supercross season winds down, 16-year-old James Stewart has come to Dallas, Texas with a 10-point lead in the 125 West Division. Tonight at Texas Stadium, this teenager hopes to hold off all comers in his quest for a championship in his rookie season. The 125 West Division has seen 5 different winners in 6 races so far this year from Texas Stadium. It's round 7 of 125 West EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick. Hello, everyone. This is Art Ekman welcoming you to what has proved to be an unpredictable excitement. The young James Stewart has only a 10-point lead in the championship chase, but he's gone down in every race but one. Let's go to Davey Combs.
Well, the history of EA Sports Supercross is littered with 16-year-old rookie sensations who came in as championship hopefuls only to crash themselves right out of the title. Travis Preston and Ricky Carmichael just 2 recent examples, but now we've got James Stewart. Stewart is a guy that Kawasaki's betting a great deal of their future on. They think he's going to win a lot of championships. Before Bubba can win a lot, he's got to get this first one out of the way, and as we've seen time and again in this series, he can be his own worst enemy. One more rookie mistake might keep Stewart from making this EA Sports Supercross Championship his first as a professional. Art?
The Suzuki storyline tonight. Can James Stewart survive? Will the young Frenchman Eric Sorby be the spoiler? Or will an unknown emerge like Matt Walker did in the last 125 West to confuse the points race? Let's turn to former champion David Bailey for the Speed Stick track map.
It's a much more technical track than we've seen the past few weeks, and it's going to be a tight squeeze to get to those first couple of corners. This rhythm section all the way down here is giving the 125 fifth, and so has this whoop section leading up to the triple. The 125s, if they don't get to the whoops good, they cannot make it over the triple. And they go across the mechanics area into a little switch back there, around this corner and up to the finish line. After the finish line, they'll make a left and come back into the first corner.
Checking out now our starting grid for the first qualifying heat. All riders, regardless of their position, have to qualify for the main event in Supercross. Checking it out, Travis Preston. He won the opener, 10 points back in the championship chase. Tedesco, Keith Johnson, David Pingree, a one-time winner on the year. Decker, Danny Smith, Blair, Marley, Bess, Jim, Carlson, Menenga, and Matt Walker, the winner of the last 125 West race. He went through the LCQ to take his very first career Supercross victory. There's Travis Preston, number 29.
Now he's looked solid, Art, all week. I've noticed that he looks consistently fast, and for a guy that's so tall riding that 125, he's got great form out there. He's kind of like the David Billiman of the 125 class.
He leads into our shot there, and right next to him is Ivan Tedesco, number 45. Don't rule him out either. On that Boost Mobile Yamaha Troy machine, there's David Pingree, number 39.
Yeah, for Tedesco, his advantage is having Chad Reed on the team. Occasionally, they get to test a little bit together, so he's always got a good measuring stick for the guy who's been winning so often back east.
30-second board is up. It's going sideways, 5 to 10 seconds. Our first qualifying heat from Texas Stadium will be underway. Preston with a good start down the stretch. And it's number 64. Justin Buckelew, who's a fast rider. Let's see if he can stay upright now. Buckelew in the lead. 901 Johnny Marley in second place. He's got good position. Don't forget now, the first 9 riders in each 125 qualifying round go directly to the main event. The rest go to the LCQ, where 4 of the top riders then fill out the 22-rider gate.
You can see as they came out of the whoop section up to the triple, that big pack of riders right there unable to do it. One guy didn't do it, the rest of them didn't feel comfortable in traffic all next to each other. That let Buckelew out front just open up a huge lead. He's got tons of comfort. He can afford to go wide in the corner right there coming up because he doesn't have any pressure from the inside.
A great shot of that finish line jump as they soar through the air.
Buckelew, remember last year out west getting 7 hole shots in a row. It's good to see him back up front again.
37, Danny Smith on the Team Blimpie Suzuki.
Danny's ready for a breakthrough ride.
Oh, he really is. See, he gets the best start of the second and then crashes.
Well, he got out of that good. He jumped right through the handlebars, but that's the kind of stuff that's been keeping him from his potential.
Just as I was talking about his last 125 West race in Houston, he crashes here at Dallas. He can't seem to get a break.
Buckelew's got a huge lead. Walker has been on fire. Got himself all the way up into second, but watch the front wheel, just dives right in. He made the great choice of jumping through the handlebars. The bike just misses him on the way by.
And it's good he rolled to the side because the bike came right over, directly over him. You see Pingree going through the slow-mo shot.
Look at this lead.
But it's a great lead for Justin Buckelew. With Walker moving into second, Marley now in third. This could be his best qualifier. But look at the interval from Buckelew back to Walker. Walker on the pro circuit, Kawasaki, lots of confidence after that great victory. It's amazing. 5 out of 6 races, different winners. 5 different winners in the 6 races prior to this one. And on the other side of the fence, the 125 East, we've only had 2 winners.
Well, what I like about what's happened lately is the last 3 events, we've had 3 brand new surprise winners. So I think the pack, all the guys in the top 10 in each class are really starting to sense, hey, anything can happen. And they're starting to ride with a slightly different belief pattern.
Number 29 is Preston. Let's check that start out again.
Well, it looks like, you see, Tedesco wheelies right away, has to get out. Watch Preston shifting with his heels so he doesn't have to move his body position. But it was Buckelew coming in from the outside, and Preston kind of got sandwiched in there, made a couple of bad choices, and got smoked. It looked like he was going to get a great start. He dropped all the way back around 5th, but he's back up to 3rd, chasing this guy, Walker, who I can't seem to close on. Pretty impressive Walker. Yesterday he was out there horsing around. He's wearing an Ezra Lutz jersey, trying to keep it light, and he was kind of fiddling around with James Stewart a little bit. I thought, you know, maybe that win went to his head. He's been a little too cute. But I saw him this morning after the first practice, and he said, hey, I just wanted to get out there and get a feel for Stewart, what he's doing. He's the fastest guy. I want to get comfortable with that pace. He goes, but I'm going to ride within myself. You watch.
He's always sounded very confident about himself. He's a good talker, talks a good game. But finally, he got that breakthrough win. And you can tell the confidence builder because he had his troubles before, failing to qualify in the 2 races prior.
That's right. And he started to close on the leaders. We go back a little bit in his final transfer spot right there for Shimp.
Boy, what a feather in his cap it would be to go directly to the main event. It would be his first main event of the year.
That's such a good feeling to get in the main. The first main event I ever made, I got 19th in the main event because I didn't care about how I did once I got there. Right, it's a step in the right direction. See that he wasn't able to go for the triple after the whoops right there, partially because he had Johnson right in front of him, but it's tough to get out of those whoops with enough run to carry that 65-foot triple jump.
Preston moving into 3rd, so it's Buckelew, Walker, Preston, Tedesco in 4th now in front of Marley.
Marley putting in a solid ride.
He really is. He's had other main events this year, but this is one of his best qualifying rounds. It's getting close up front. Matt Walker, number 68. You see him there on the green bike. He's putting the pressure on Buckelew right now on the Suzuki. Here comes Walker. The red flag is out. They'll have to be careful of a downed rider. Well, now they pull the flags in just as they go by. So Walker now is our new leader in the opening qualifying round, but Preston still working on 3rd. We'll see if he can catch up to Buckelew.
What a ride for Walker. He didn't get the greatest start either. He had to work his way through that big battle for second that Preston was caught up in, and he broke free from it. Reeled in Buckelew, who had a huge lead, picking up where he left off.
I don't know. The last time I saw him point to the crowd like that, we had a glimpse of the last lap, but Walker holds on, takes the checkered flag. And for Walker now, that's a great qualifying heat coming off the victory. Walker, Buckelew, and Preston, the top 3. It's actually the first heat win for number 68. And number 87, Craig Decker, picking off 7th. Dennis Johnston and Menenga is in 9th position. check out the official Honda results of our first qualifying round. Walker, Buckelew, Preston, Tedesco, Joshua Woods. Woods has been racing well. Then we've got Marley, Decker, Johnson, Menenga, all going directly to the main event. Danny Smith failed to get that transfer. He'll have to go to the LCQ. We'll be right back with our second qualifier. Fans looking on here at Texas Stadium as they're lining up, getting ready for our second 125 qualifying heat. Let's go down to Davey now with the winner of our first heat. Davey.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, after that win in Houston a couple weeks ago, you seem like a changed man. You've always had some confidence, but now you got the speed.
You know what? I've been working my butt off, and my mechanic, Maddox, Dave Matheson's been this bike's great, and Mitch Payton, all the guys have been putting 100%, and I'm going to win this thing tonight, and it's only a matter of time, and hope Bubba and I both get good starts, because it's showdown time, you know. It's see who the fastest 125 guy is tonight, and I hope it's me. So we'll see, Davey.
We look forward to it. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks a lot. Thank you guys for watching.
He's already looking forward to May 4th, live pay-per-view, the Shootout from Las Vegas. Hope you can join us then as we take a look at the starting lineup for Heat 2. James Stewart, the 16-year-old phenom. Christopher Gosselaar, he's very fast. Brock Sellards, a one-time winner this year. Travis Elliott, he's from down the road in Alvin, Texas. Eric Sorby, don't forget him. He's 3 for 3 in podiums in his first 3 American races. Ryan Clark, he'll have our helmet cam on in this race. And the rest of the field, another Texan in this, he's actually a veteran. He's raced a lot. Josh DeMuth from Fort Worth, not far away.
You see Stewart right there lined up on the far inside. And what I like about that is even if he doesn't come out that great, I talk about this a lot, but in the next corner, after the first corner, it's the right-hander, and everyone jams up right there, and he'll be able to go around the outside, work his way into the pack. There's Gosselaar and Sorby side by side. That'll be interesting.
Here's Ryan Clark's view as he looks down the track, and the 32nd board is definitely up. He's right near the doghouse, as you can see it on the left. That's where the starter will tweak the lever, and the gate will drop. There's Chad Reed, the 125 East champion, looking on. He's in the 250s this week. We're off and running.
And they're in good shape.
231 Hatzel came out of it with a hole shot. Tyson Hatzel from Hudson, Florida. And he's got the field of riders right on his tail.
See Stewart having to go for the double right there behind Sorby, but he had a run on everybody through the whip, got closed off. We're going to get a great helmet cam shot, perhaps, with Stewart coming through the pack if he can. Still behind Clark at this point.
Stewart in 5th. And the Kawasaki in front of him goes down.
There's a pileup. That was Sorby going down. He was in a hurry right there, trying to make a block pass. Those guys got
Sorby
together.
looks like he banged up pretty good.
And Stewart, for once, was able to be the guy that steered clear of all the wreckage, and it moved him all the way up into 2nd place now.
So Sorby will probably have to go to the LCQ if he's fit enough. Hatzel, Stewart moves into 2nd. Clark, Elliott, Ahop, Short, Sellards, Johnson, and Gosselaar.
Unbelievable run by Stewart to the whoops. That's what I was talking about the first lap. He went through those things like they weren't even there, and he was able to do that again this lap and jump the triple for the lead.
That moves Clark into 3rd with Stewart in 1st now. Clark attacking the early leader, Hatzel. Amazing James Stewart. And he really went down hard in practice yesterday.
It was ugly, and he jumped right up like nothing ever happened. Right after the finish line jump, they come back out into the starting line, into the first corner. That's where the pileup was. We're approaching the section just after the next right-hander where Stewart went down. He doubled these first 2 and tried to triple from there to there. Went over the handlebars. It looked terrible, Art, but he got right up and went back to fast pace, and he jumped it again the very next lap. This kid is not afraid of any
had the helmet cam on. He's been magnificent.
Elliott jumping right by him right there. This is a tricky section to jump that 20-foot gap after a 4 or 5 whoops right there. They get the mechanics signal as they go across the starting line. Whoa, that was close.
Seeing Hansel and Elliott in front of Clark.
See him look to his right there. He knows he might get block pass. And he does. That was Short moving up. You look around a lot when you're out there. You look again to his left to make sure he didn't get block pass again. Came out of that beautiful. Elliott went down and he squared off Gosselaar.
Here's Gosselaar, number 90. This could be his weekend. He's a very fast rider and has had success on this kind of slippery soil. Stewart is out of sight.
He's turning 53-second lap times. These guys are turning 58. 5 seconds a lap is ridiculous. I know these guys can go a little quicker once they get in the clear. They've been battling with each other, but look at this kid.
It's Short and Gosselaar in second and third now as we check out James Stewart. He's having fun.
Beautiful to watch.
You know, he's really made this race for the 125 West Championship more exciting than he would like. We mentioned earlier that he's gone down in every main event except one, and that was in San Diego. He even went down in another race that he actually won.
That's the rhythm section where he went down yesterday trying to do a more difficult rhythm than the 250s were doing. And I got to tell you, he's going faster to the whoops than anybody this weekend. And his corner speed is probably as fast as the 250. It's unbelievable how much momentum he's able to keep through all these corners.
Gosselaar trying to put the pressure now for second place. That's Short on the Suzuki.
I really thought Gosselaar would have a chance to challenge James Stewart, but didn't really get the start he needed to get. He didn't get a chance to get up there and battle with him. He's not even going to see what Stewart's doing. He's going to have to go back and review the video, but if there's one guy who can run Stewart's pace, it's Gosselaar right there at number 90.
Right now, he's having a little bit of trouble getting around Andrew Short, who's coming off his best race of the year, finishing 6th. They're battling third midway through the race. Looking for the checkers. James Stewart whipping those whoops.
Kid has the best balance and fluid style mixed with speed I've ever seen. I talked about it in Houston, and what else can I say? He's unbelievable. He jumps over that little double. Some of the 250s weren't even doing that. And he's got style.
He's on his final lap. That's James Sr. right behind Chad Reed. And the checkered flag for James Stewart. He has won his last 6 qualifying rounds in a row. Here's Ryan Clark gunning for 4th as Gosselaar moved into 3rd.
That's great. We'll have Clark in the main event, giving us more great shots.
He's going for an Ironman, too. He wants to qualify in the 250s. 255 is Chase Reed, and he picks off the final qualifying spot. He looked relieved. He got the 9th spot, so he'll go directly to the main event. James Stewart ripping it off here at heat number 2. Sorby, of course, having to go to the LCQ as he went down and hit the deck hard. James Stewart Sr. not too excited yet, but you wait till the main event. Our Suzuki results page: Stewart, Short, Gosselaar, the top 3 with Clark, Johnson, Elliott, Aloff, Hansel, and Reed all going directly. Brock Sellards and Viejo are 2 very experienced riders that will have to go to the LCQ. That's going to be a packed one here in Texas Stadium. More from Dallas in a moment.
Digital cable from Time Warner.
Texas, James Stewart, who leads the 125 West Division by 10 points, signing autograph at a pit party. And like everything in Texas, it was a big pit party. The fans having a great time. Don't forget, you can have a great time in the comfort of your own home. Pay-per-view coming up May 4th, the Las Vegas Finals. But the 125 Shootout is what everybody's just very anxious for. James Stewart Sellards still trying to put the capper on the 125 West title, while Chad Reed is all when he won the 125 East. That should be a good blowout, but Travis Preston couldn't hold on to a good start in that first qualifier, and he's the guy that's chasing James Stewart in the points.
Well, he's going to have to ride better than he did in that heat race. He had a good start. Buckelew came on the outside of him, and he made a mistake in the next corner. A couple more guys got around him. I think he just lost his rhythm and rode tight. I know he can go faster than that. He did it in practice. But it was Matt Walker who got a bad start and came to the pack. He's got a lot of confidence since Houston, and it shows.
It sure did. In the second qualifying heat, we expected James Stewart to do very, very well, but what surprised was Eric Sorby, who had 3 podiums in his first 3 races, hit the deck and have to go to the LCQ.
Well, it's going to be a tough LCQ. I think there's about 5 guys in there that shouldn't be, and they only take 4. David Pingree also in that, Danny Smith, so that's going to be tough for the privateers to get out into the main event. And Stewart, just unbelievable. 3 seconds to lap faster than most of his competitors, 2 seconds faster than Matt Walker, and if he gets anywhere near a decent start, he should be able to walk away with it.
Our Davey Coombs talked with James after the qualifier.
Well, James, it's good to see you back, and it looks like that foot you broke in Houston isn't bothering you one bit.
Nah, not at all. I mean, my foot's 110%. I mean, man, I can't thank my Kawasaki enough. I mean, it's working awesome out there, and all the fans in Dallas, thanks. But I'm going to go out there and try to get a good start and try to win it tonight.
It looked like you were having a lot of fun out there, too. Nice whips in that heat race.
Oh, thanks. I had so much fun out there. I was kind of just like riding around, and I started pulling away, so maybe that's the new James Stewart.
Nice ride.
Thanks, David.
One of the challenges for teams is to locate future champions and sign them at a very young age. Team Kawasaki puts riders in their Team Green development program. These kids gain valuable experience before moving to the professional ladder. Several Team Green riders have become champions.
We've had a lot of notable guys through the years, like Donnie Schmidt and Rodney Barr, and in that era, and Jeff Emig, of course. Jeremy McGrath, and now in the more modern era, I got to say Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart. So got a lot of really talented young riders through the program.
Team Green uses a scouting procedure much like other professional sports. The goal of the scouts is to find the next Jeremy McGrath or Ricky Carmichael before the other factories.
We have 2 guys in particular, Craig Martin and Reed Nordine, that run the motocross side of the program, and they go to dozens and dozens of races during the year, and they have an opportunity to see most of the top young talent as young as 5, 6, 7 years old. And we start scouting them at that young of age, and you see the guys develop as mini bike riders, and then into the big bikes, and then on to pro careers later in their career.
Stewart is one rider making the Team Green Scouts look good. The teenager dominated the amateur classes before jumping to the 125 West class this season. In 6 pro races this year, he's collected 2 wins and leads the point standings. Team Kawasaki believes Stewart will add his name to the list of Team Green riders who went on to win championships.
We're very confident in James. I mean, he's had his ups and downs, as guys do at a young age, but it's pretty obvious that he has the skill and he has the speed. And I think as he gains some experience, you'll see a very polished rider that'll go into the 125 and then eventually the 250 class and be a champion that's going to win many, many championships.
My goal in the future is definitely to win as many races as I can and try to get some championships. I think I can. I know I have the speed to do it, and just pretty much trying to get some championships and having fun at doing it, I guess.
Former Team Green rider Jeff, what do you think about James Stewart?
I think James Stewart is incredible. When you watch him ride and how he takes off of the jumps, it's like he's already leaned off the side of the bike, before he even takes off. He's like creating a whole new riding style that nobody's ever seen.
Now, because Ryan Clark has given us so much pleasure with the helmet cam, he is our EA Sports Supercross Rider of the Week. Let's take a lap with Ryan Clark.
Straightaway, the first thing we'll notice about the track this week is the soil is actually a lot different than what we've been riding on the East Coast, a little drier. Come off the start immediately into a couple pretty tricky jumps and tabletop sections. And here's a unique section right here. Well, actually, there's about 11 jumps on this straightaway, which is pretty busy. Makes for a lot of different options. The triple jump, we passed it right before that where the whoops will be put in a little bit later. We're going to hop on and hop off of this tabletop to a tight right-hander. across the start. Into an immediate left-hander. Back across another big triple. And a triple into a turn. This is a kind of an old school jump to tabletop finish line.
Matt Walker, number 68, winning here in qualifying like he did last week, his very first 125 win. Can he make it 2 in a row, or will James Stewart maintain control? The main's coming up next.
What is the sentiment?
44,000 fans have come early to enjoy the atmosphere here at Texas Stadium to see the homestretch run of the 125 West Championship. Our Nissan last chance qualifiers, 4 in the 125s, qualify for the main event. Demuth, David Pingree, Eric Sorby had to go all the way to the LCQ, and Casey Lytle, the final rider to round out that 22-rider gate.
This was Danny Smith going down in his heat race, while Matt Walker picks up where he left off in Houston with a win in his heat race, coming from behind, and Stewart was amazing.
It's been such an unpredictable season for James Stewart. As we take a look at the Honda flashback, Stewart crashes in every main but one, and that was San Diego, David.
And here he is going down in Anaheim, battling for the lead with Gosselaar and Roderick Tane. Houston going down in practice, planted his right foot right there, broke it, still raced, picked up a 10th. This was his win in San Diego, the race he did not crash in. Phoenix.
He went down early there, came back to win because he had such a good lead. As our Honda starting grid shows us, Travis Preston, Christopher Gosselaar, a fast rider. And the rest of the field, Joshua Woods has been having a good time of it lately. Best of his young career. There you have Sorby and Lytle. The bad thing about going to the LCQ is you get the last choice of gate. And Sorby is all the way to the left in her picture.
Now you see the group to the inside with a great chance for the whole shot. Tedesco, James Stewart right there. The sign is sideways.
We're ready to go for the Dallas Supercross. That's Preston. The fans are on their feet. The Powerade whole shot goes to Christopher Gosselaar. He slipped after the turn, though. Justin Buckelew, number 64 on the Suzuki, is our leader. But look out for Chase Reed, number 255. He's on the left of Buckelew.
See Sorby coming down the inside of that rhythm section. Came out beautiful in that first corner. He's in great position, especially since Stewart just coming by right there. And Matt Walker, the heat winners, are mid-pack.
Chase Reed is our new leader. He's number 255 out in front, and looks like he's starting to pull away. This is amazing. This is his first 125 main event since Atlanta when he got an 18.
Look at Sorby all the way on the left. Hits that outside berm, puts himself in great position, plays it cool, tucks it around the inside of that right-hand corner, and this is a race he can win. Art, we've been talking about 3 races, 3 podiums. The heavy hitters are behind him. He's got a great chance here.
Just when you think he's going to be overexcited trying to make up for the bad starting spot, patience pays off as we watch Chase Reed, number 255. He's a 125 East rider. This is his first 125 West main event because he's not in the top 10 of the other division, his signed-up division. He can race both divisions.
Preston, just behind this lead group, is also in great position.
We're not even out of the first lap yet, and James Stewart has gone down. I believe he got into it with another rider. Let's go to Davey. Davey?
And actually pushed James over onto one of the tough blocks. He saved the bike, didn't crash hard, but his front wheel got wrapped up in the tough block, and down he went.
Wow, last place for James Stewart on the very first lap. What ramifications for points? Chase Reed has gone down out of the lead, so they're dropping like flies. The Hondas are out in front. It's Preston and Elliott that are battling out front. Here's Reed. Here's what happened to him.
The triple right before the finish line corner. He comes up a little short. Now, his front wheel tucks on him right there. Just stands him up high side. Ouch. He plows into the berm. Looks like he's okay, and he gets going all right, but there goes Elliott. Here comes Preston around the outside.
Travis Elliott, Team Shark, Plano Honda, and Preston, number 29, as Elliott is number 105.
Preston has grabbed the lead, and I cannot believe what I'm seeing. He came into this race 10 points behind Stewart, and with Stewart in last right now, working his way up through the back markers and Preston in the lead. This could be the title.
Oh, this could be a big turnaround. Coming into the race 10 points behind James Stewart. Travis Preston now has a chance to just reverse the order.
He's already starting to pull away a little bit.
Sorby all the way up to 5th. The green mark on their number means they've advanced one position on the last lap.
You see Walker, who was running about mid-pack, is up to 11th. Here was the pass for the lead. It was right after the whoop section leading up to the triple. Elliott just leaves that door open a little bit too much, and Preston runs it right in there. He sensed that opportunity, and Art, again, I cannot believe the luck of this guy. And you make your own luck. He was up there.
Right place at the right time.
Racing for the lead, and he deserves to be where he is, but to have Stewart that far back in the pack with the title on the line is huge.
At least if he should win this one.
This is Ryan Clark. There goes Stewart on the left. So Stewart is still working his way up to the field, but it looks like the night is done for Ryan Clark, who's rolling this plateau before the mechanics there. You see him look to his left, make sure no one's coming through. There's his mechanic. His night is over.
As is our helmet cam on Ryan Clark. Number 29, Preston out in the front now with 105 still hanging close. Travis Elliott, his best this year. He's had 4 8th-place finishes. This could be a career best for him if he holds on.
Now, this will be a hometown race for Elliott. And he has actually reeled back in Preston. A little bit surprised with Elliott. He must just feel like, hey, I can win this thing. He's giving it everything he's got, and you've got Preston out front trying to be smart. He's got a lot more pressure in terms of the title than Elliott does. He better pick it back up.
Earlier, we were talking about Preston finding himself in a good position to win the 125 West if the brakes fell just right in these last 2 races. Well, here's James Stewart now up to 16th place. Check out the leaderboard. Travis Preston, Travis Elliott, Travis Knoll, Ivan Tedesco, Eric Sorby. We'll be right back. Welcome back to some incredible 125 action in Irving, Texas. Texas Stadium as James Stewart had went down early in the first lap, is trying to come back from last place. However, the guy who wants to take that championship edge away from Stewart is right here out in front, number 29, Travis Preston. Webcast time. You can hear these races live on ESPN.com. Supercross, the keyword.
Elliott still keeping his distance over Tedesco right there, number 45, and the guy on the move besides Stewart is number 90, Gosselaar.
And there's 917 Sorby as the crowd is going crazy.
These guys have been having a great battle. Sorby and his teammate Walker and Short have been this close for the past couple of laps. As Stewart continues to work his way up, he's inside the top 15 now.
Walker's been impressive after that victory.
He has, and he caught these guys. Makes his move on Short.
So it's a battle of teammates in the Pro Circuit Kawasaki. There goes Walker.
Now he is on pace. Looking good. If he had better starts, he might be able to get up there and run with Preston and put together a repeat performance of Houston. He's definitely fast enough. Nobody has been as fast as Stewart, but it doesn't matter because Stewart's so far behind right now. And the way he's coming through the pack now, oh, look at this. Short goes down.
And our Honda stopwatch featuring Preston and Sorby. You see the lead has been extended there to 11 seconds over Sorby.
Yeah, the lap times, Art, I was beginning to say on Stewart, are nowhere near what they were in his heat race, which leads me to believe that maybe that bike isn't 100% after that crash. Since he got stuck in that tough block, you never know what could have happened to the front end. Keep an eye on him. He is working his way up, but not as fast as I thought he would. Up to 9th there. Still a long way to go to get those points he needs to keep this title.
It's interesting to see what Preston's strategy might be, because it's totally different than, for instance, like a Houston when he did not get the good start. worked his way all the way up to second place.
Watch what happens right here. Short goes in for the block pass on Sorby. Can't quite pull it. And I like what Sorby did there. He didn't even put his foot out. He knew if he did that Short was just going to run over it. He just kept his balance up on the top of the berm and came out of that looking good. It's Short now that's got to pick it up and regroup.
Preston, of course, in that race in Houston, taking advantage of Stewart's problems. He picked up 11 points at the time. And look at this. Tedesco and Gosselaar going at it for the bar. Gosselaar, AMSOIL Honda. Tedesco, Yamaha Troy. Tedesco, number 45. Gosselaar out in front of him, number 90.
And you're getting even more crowd noise because simultaneously Stewart was just working his way around Pingree. So you got a lot going on here in this 125 championship. While we take a look at these guys working for their position and Gosselaar moving up, Stewart, with the time remaining, can still get up and maybe podium, Art. Maybe his bike's okay after all.
Tedesco really still in fourth place here, still has a shot at the championship. But he's got to step it up right now for a better finish in this second to the last race of the 125 season for them.
It's a good night for that AMSOIL Honda team with Preston out front and Gosselaar now in third. So it looks like they're going to both stand on the podium. There's Walker starting to reel in Tedesco. Is starting to drop back a little bit.
He would have had a fabulous year if he hadn't crashed in the first turn so many times.
I really thought, I watched him in some preseason stuff, and I really thought he was going to have a better season than he has.
I think it's disturbed him as well. He expected more of himself.
Hasn't been bad, but I think he's got a little bit more to give, and he hasn't had the best of luck getting around that first corner in the first couple of laps.
Look at this. Side by side now. Gosselaar and Elliott. Gosselaar wants that second spot. 3 Hondas up front. In the battle for second, Gosselaar has moved into it.
That's where Gosselaar's been making up so much time. You saw how fast he got through that whoop section. That's what you have to do to make the triple. Elliott couldn't do it.
Check out the leaderboard. Preston starting to pull away in first. Gosselaar and Elliott. Tedesco and Matt Walker, the top 5. We'll be back. Super slow-mo action of our leader, Travis Preston. We're back at Texas Stadium for the race for the championship of the 125 West Division. James Stewart, who was in last place after crashing on the first lap, has made his way all the way to 6th place. And David Bailey, he has got his rhythm back. It looks like the bike and James Stewart are working together now.
Now, he looks excellent. He's really started to drop his lap times and catch this group. The podium battle is right in front of him.
Elliott Tedesco, not that far away from James Stewart. Boy, would that be something. Travis Elliott's doing his job, leading by 7.2 seconds.
He's doing all he can, but I really thought about 5 laps into this race that Stewart was going to lose his points lead, but he has climbed all the way back and can possibly get third out of this.
He went from 11th to 6th in 1 lap.
I'm so impressed with him. He is just completely changed. Last year, I couldn't tell you what he did other than win Houston when Langston went down. This year, he's been there every time. He only finished poorly in one race, Anaheim.
17th, yeah.
Look at Stewart now. Look at the way he's timing through that rhythm section. He's been consistent with that every lap. Look at the speed he carries through this whoop section. It's like they're not even there. And you can see those guys in the corner ahead of him. There's Elliott and Tedesco.
Look out. The 16-year-old phenom is on a charge. There's Tedesco, number 45. 259 is James Stewart. Oh, James Stewart goes down. Looked like he slid into Tedesco. Tedesco pops him on the back of the helmet.
Well, these guys have found each other quite a few times this year. Here comes Sorby to make a pass.
Oh, and Stewart goes down again. Looked like he tried to turn in, and Sorby, he caught Sorby's rear wheel.
Completely caught him by surprise right there. Now he's on a difficult spot to try to get around the bike. He's losing valuable positions now.
So Preston now has a chance as we look at it again.
Well, Tedesco went wide. I think he got caught by surprise that Stewart was that close. Stewart was trying to do something that might have been too much right there. Tedesco thinks so. Gives him a shove. And like I said, these guys have... Oh, no.
And he's down again.
And he can't get up.
3 times.
Without that help, I don't think he could have...
I wonder if he's hurt.
Might be this time. This is his 4th crash this race. Now he's okay. He's disgusted.
And so is his dad. James Stewart Sr. has seen enough.
Now he's leaving footprints in that cement because he understands this could be the title, Art. He's gotten shuffled all the way back. He's not looking where he's going. His attention shifted. He was looking to his right. The front wheel rode right up on those tough blocks. So whether he had a problem with that bike or not, he should have been really paying attention a little bit more right there. But it was, I guess you can't blame the kid for being completely rattled at that point.
So here's Preston with a 4.6-second lead. He's been relaxing quite a bit, but he's on the final lap.
I can't wait to hear what comes out of his mouth.
Well, at least for the first time in his career, he will have won a race, maybe, that he knew he won it when he crossed the finish line.
He knows what place he's in now. And wait till he finds out what happened to Stewart.
Preston heading toward the finish line very nonchalantly, says he doesn't do tricks. But look at that. He just rolls the finish line jump, taking the checkers. His crew, AMSOIL Honda, they're going nuts.
They should be. And the trick is, he may have just taken a good-sized points lead over Stewart. That could be the title right there. And how happy are the AMSOIL guys?
Boy, if it is, you know, if he does win the 125 West, he would be the first Honda to win since McGrath in '92. And there's James Stewart, 16.
That's better than I thought he was going to do.
What a turnaround, though, in points. I think
understands.
it's exactly 10 points, a 20-point turnaround. A lead of 10 points for Preston, maybe.
He understands what just happened. Look at Gosselaar saying, hey, good ride. Stewart's going, you have no idea what I've just been through.
It's an all-Honda podium. Travis Preston, his 2nd win of the year. As we take a look at the Suzuki results page, Preston, Gosselaar, Elliott on the podium. Walker, a very fine ride, and a good ride for Sorby coming out of the LCQ. The big difference, though, is James Stewart, who, as you see here, in number 259, places 16th. Former leader of the race, 255, Reed, picking up 1 point in second place, in the 20th place. Boy, these fans are almost in shock.
I'm in shock. I would have never thought that it would be a 20-point turnaround, which looks like what we have here for the series lead.
Got to be a great day. I bet Mike LaRocco's fallen off the couch back home. His team, AMSOIL Honda, 1st and 2nd place in the 125s. You see Preston taking the helmet off. Let's go to Davey.
Every time you need a big win, man, you pull one out. You just did it again. James Stewart goes down. I think you might be tied in the points. You're right there for the championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, my Honda runs so great. I get good starts. Some people crashed. I rode around. I rode good in the beginning, but then Goose was riding so good, and he caught me in the end.
With Stewart going down, you got 1 round to go. Can you win this championship?
I think I can, yeah. I mean, I'm having a good time, and I rode my own race, kinda, so I can't wait till Salt Lake.
Fantastic ride.
Thanks.
Great ride. And you call this a cool-off lap for James Stewart?
It looks like things are heating up right there. I thought these guys were all squared away after the last round in Anaheim, but it's getting a little bit worse, it looks like. More from Texas Stadium in a moment.
Scooters. This afternoon, the fans here at Texas Stadium had no idea they'd be watching such a complete turnaround of the 125 West. AMSOIL Honda took a 1st and 2nd. Here's Davey.
Well, Goose, that was a great ride for you. You got 2nd behind your teammate, helped him out in the championship.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great race. My factory connection, Bridgestone tires, AMSOIL, Doc Martens, 125 was awesome out there. I mean, I felt really good. I fell in the beginning. There's another mistake. I mean, I ran in the back of Travis, but, I mean, that's racing, but I mean, I got 2 more left, so I'm praying.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
A happy Chris Gosselaar matching his career best as we take a look at the Suzuki point standings for the 125 West. A 20-point turnaround for Preston, the new leader going into the final round at Salt Lake City. Our third-place finisher, Travis Elliott, a hometown boy. He's from Plano Honda just down the road. Davey?
Well, Travis, you're a Texas boy. You ride for a Texas team, and you come to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, and you get on the podium for the first time. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's awesome. Houston's actually my hometown race, but it's a hometown for Plano. It's awesome to do it for him here. It's getting a lot of exposure. Have a lot of backing from Team Shark, Plano Honda program, Michelin, Factory Effect, Etnies, Renthal, everybody. They just do everything. Redhead Clothing, my website, VRM, TravisElliott.com. But it's been just great. I got a great start for once this year. Just hung in there. A few guys coming in. I was a little nervous the first time I've been up there that good, you know. And just hung in there, held my composure, make sure I didn't fall. I was getting really slick, and got third. Awesome.
Congratulations. Good to have you up here.
Thank you.
So throw Travis Preston into the mix as a co-favorite for this, the 125 Shootout in Las Vegas, May 4th. You can see it live on pay-per-view. The 125's getting together. This is Art Ekman for David Bailey, Davey Coombs. Thanking you for being with us. Our next telecast will come to you from the Winter Olympic Stadium in Salt Lake City. Can James Stewart reverse his course at that time? Stay tuned. Coming up next on ESPN, the Fitness America Pageant. We've seen an incredible turnaround today, sending the 125 West into the final round of their regular season. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.